Dear friends, today I want to talk to you about an event that every year turns modest Stockholm into the true capital of European elegance and luxury. The Nobel Prize ceremony is not just an occasion where the greatest minds of humanity are honored, it is also one of the most dazzling social evenings of the year, where royal figures show us the full magnificence of monarchical traditions. And you know what? This year brought us a real surprise in the form of one of the most memorable appearances by Princess Madeleine, the youngest daughter of King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia. Let's be honest, in the world of royal families, there are unofficial stars, and Madeleine is definitely among them. When she arrived at the Stockholm Concert Hall, all eyes were immediately on her, and I completely understand why. She wore a luxurious evening gown fully embroidered with precious stones and complemented by an elegant cape, giving the entire look a truly regal grandeur. Madeline was not afraid to wear this outfit again. She had already dazzled in it at the celebratory dinner for her father's Golden Jubilee in September 2023, and I have to say, I really admire this approach. In a modern world where everyone talks about mindful consumption, even princesses show us that beloved pieces deserve a second and even a third appearance. But the real highlight of Madeleine's look was the famous aquamarine Kokoshnik-style tiara, and this is where the story becomes truly fascinating. This incredible headpiece was created more than 100 years ago, back in the year 1905, when Prince Gustav Adolf presented it to his fiancée, Margaret of Connaught, as an engagement gift. Just imagine the scale of romance at that time, the future king gifting his beloved a tiara with enormous aquamarines set in platinum and surrounded by diamonds. Sadly, Margaret's fate was tragic, and after her passing, her jewels were divided among her heirs. The tiara went to her son, who was second in line to the throne and was expected to become king, but his life was also cut short by tragedy. The history of this tiara is wrapped in a bit of mystery, which, I must admit, makes it even more intriguing. The wife of the deceased prince, Princess Sibylla, wore the tiara for the first time on the eve of her civil wedding, and later passed it on to her eldest daughter, Margaretha, the sister of the current king of Sweden. And here is where things become especially interesting. Several versions of the tiara's further journey exist. According to one version, financial difficulties forced Margaretha to sell the jewel, and Carl Gustaf himself bought it back to gift it to his youngest daughter, Madeleine. Another version says that the king's aunt simply decided to return the tiara to the royal collection while keeping the right to wear it during visits to her homeland, as she had settled in the United Kingdom. I think both versions are romantic in their own way and show just how important family values are in the House of Bernadotte. What is absolutely known is that the tiara is not Madeleine's personal property, but part of the royal jewelry collection available to all four women of the family. Last year, we saw this beauty worn by Princess Sophia at the traditional reception in the royal palace the day after the award ceremony. But, and here I fully agree with public opinion, it is Madeleine who wears this tiara as if it were made especially for her. Her delicate facial features and striking blue eyes form a perfect harmony with the cool shimmer of the aquamarines, and the combination is simply mesmerizing. Among all the women in the royal family, it is the king's youngest daughter who chooses this tiara most often, and we must admit she knows exactly what she is doing. Speaking of family traditions and warm relationships within the royal household, Madeleine was not alone in the front row of the concert hall. Next to her were her husband, Christopher O'Neill, and her brother, Prince Carl Philip. Watching the Swedish Bernadottes at official events, you always feel a special atmosphere of family unity. They do not simply perform their representative duties. There is a genuine closeness and mutual support among them. Madeleine and Carl Philip, despite their age difference and different life paths, always show sincere affection for each other, and it is very touching. An interesting detail this year was the absence of Princess Sophia, the wife of Carl Philip. Sophia has always looked stylish and elegant at such events, and her presence would certainly have been noticed. Meanwhile, Queen Sylvia, as always, displayed her impeccable taste and loyalty to her favorite outfits. She chose a stunning mustard-colored gown, which she had already worn at the same Jubilee celebration in 2023. And I really love this. The Queen shows that true elegance does not require constantly updating one's wardrobe. The bright color of Sylvia's dress made her stand out on the concert hall stage, and she radiated that special royal aura that simply cannot be faked. By the way, the fact that both mother and daughter chose to repeat their dresses for the Nobel Prize ceremony says a lot. This is not about saving money, it is about respect for quality garments and a thoughtful approach to fashion, which is especially valuable nowadays. The Nobel Prize ceremony in Stockholm is an event where the achievements of human intellect merge with the beauty of royal tradition. This is where we see how monarchies become guardians of history and culture, showing jewels that are more than a century old and gowns from the world's finest designers. This year, Princess Madeleine became the embodiment of this synthesis, a modern woman who values her family's heritage and knows how to highlight her individuality. Her look was harmonious, elegant, and unforgettable, exactly what we expect from a royal figure at such a significant event.